Hey guys, Amy White, Worthy Written Words. Today we're going to be in our Doctrine and Covenants section 99, and we're going to be focusing on this Waymaker Cultivate kit that was shipped out September 1st. If you don't have one, you can still get one in the store. The link will be at the bottom of this video in the description area. And we're going to start off, and I'm using the Stamping Pro tool that I got at Hobby Lobby, and the idea is that you put a stamp on it and then you can push on it over and over again and it can put the stamp in the exact same spot. Whether you're using an acrylic block or this type of stamping tool, if you look on the back side after you've put the stamp on there, you might be able to see these bubbles that I'm showing you, and you want to smooth those bubbles out before you actually put ink on the stamp. I have the ink on now so that it's easier for you to see what I'm doing, but do this part first and then we'll ink it up. And when we're doing this, we're going to use archival ink that's black. It really doesn't matter what black ink you use as long as it's waterproof. And we're going to put this all over our stamp. For best results, you should store your ink pads upside down so that the ink is ready to go at the top of your pad when you go to use it. Now here's the beauty of this tool that I got. I've wanted one of these forever and I finally got one, and you'll see why in this video right here. So I have my stamp on, it's inked up, I've cleared off all the excess ink, and now I'm going to get it ready to stamp onto my page. Anybody doing stamps knows that this part is super nerve-wracking, but here's where it takes out some of that anxiety for you. So I am putting my page, lining it up so that it's straight with the measurements along the bottom, and then those magnets hold my page in place. And then this top acrylic block is going to snap on with magnets, so it's where I want it, and I'm going to push as hard as I can. I mean, I'm standing up, putting all of my weight on this stamp, and no matter how hard I try, when I lift that stamp up, some of it didn't go on. And now normally this would be just devastating, and you'd think, oh no, what am I going to do? So the cool thing with this tool is that I'm going to put some more ink on it, especially in the area that it didn't connect the first time. And now it's going to line up exactly where it was before, and I can do it again, and you can see how hard I'm pressing. I'm making the whole table shake and move. And as I'm doing this, when I lift it up, it's going to be exactly where it needs to be, and it won't have that shadow effect. And you can even lift it up like I just did and check on it and peek on it and see if you need to do it more before lifting the whole thing up. So there, it's so much better. You can see there's still a little bit missing, but the majority of the stamp has gotten on there. And because it's just black ink, I can go in with a black pen and fill in any spots that I feel need to be shown better. I'm going to use my black Sakura Jelly Roll pen, fine liner, and I'm going to go into where it's easy to just connect the missing lines that you can see sort of went on but didn't all the way, and it's just filling in little shadows. It's really easy, and I don't need to do it on all, just the parts that I feel like really could have used a little bit more ink on them. And then I'm going to dry it so it's ready to paint. Using my Kuretake watercolors and a water brush pen, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the trees with green. And I had done this a couple times, and the first time I did it I used more brown on the ground and green in the trees, and I really didn't like it, and so I decided I'm going to just do mostly green for the ground and the trees. And then what I decided to do was to make the green darker the closer I got, and then make it lighter the farther away it got. Kind of like when you see mountains that are shaded from the sun. I just kind of followed that example. So I used the darkest green, and then you'll see I switch to a lighter green as I go forward, or sorry, closer to the mountains. And then I do the road in like a black color is what I use, but I just do it really lightly so that it looks like gray. And then I do some brown and gray in the mountains. You can color this with anything you want. It could be watercolors, it could be colored pencils or crayons or whatever you're most comfortable with. If your ink is smudging and blurring right now, then the ink pad that you used was not waterproof, like I mentioned earlier. That's why you want to make sure it's a waterproof ink pad so that you can paint on top of it without making the ink bleed. When I have the mountains and all the rest of this the way that I want it, then I'm just going to take a light sky blue color and fill up the top with the blue. And again, you can make this your own creation and make it look however you want. This is the funnest part of the whole page, and it's where you get to just explore with watercolors or whatever media you're using and just have fun with it. I use some black to darken up some of the trees and some of the shadows, and then I also decide to add some yellow road paint on the road with some yellow watercolors. When I'm done with this, I'm going to add the clear sticker, My Savior is My Waymaker, on top of the sky, and that is, I didn't get a video of me putting that on there, but that's what I do next. So here the sticker is put on there, and I've got the rest of my kit laid out how I want it to look, and so now I'm going to just start assembling it and attaching the stickers and the cutouts using the photo splits, and then also I end up using a stapler for a decorative effect on top after I get the clouds attached. Now using the long fabric strip from your kit, you're just going to insert that into your paper clip. If you want to first take the threads off, it makes it a little more raw with like not such a cut edge. And then you just put it in your paper clip and tie it in a knot one time, and that's all you have to do, and it makes a really cute topper for the top of your page. And that is it. So I hope you had fun with the stamping, and I hope that you had fun with your watercolors, and we'll see you next time. Bye.